This is the Midnight Radio Show.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's What's Up Wednesday. How we all doing?
What's up, son?
How you doing, Drew? You're in the spirit of being kind of ethnic with your Notorious B.I.G. shirt.
In the spirit of being ethnic?
Yeah.
Spirit of ethnicity.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good.
An Asian American woman downstairs.
How we all doing
gave me
today?
a compliment on it.
I'm feeling good. It's hump day.
Hump day.
Every day of my life. Am I right, boys?
Oh my God! We talked about humping last week. Hopefully,
yeah,
we
that
didn't make.
won't change. That's
Hope-
the theme. It's a hump-centric podcast.
Hopefully, we
dick
didn't
pics
make you
again today?
all uncomfortable about humping. You know, I'm big on government conspiracies and all that stuff. Stop playing with your keys.
Are you really?
Sorry.
Did you think 9/11 was an inside
No.
job?
I'm not talking about.
Once
shit
again,
like
this
that.
is an NSA hits bump. 9/11,
Yeah.
9/11, 9/11.
Obama.
Terrorist.
I'm gonna blow up the Empire State Building. Anywho,
He's just kidding.
NSA.
NSA.
Anywho, today, you know, like I said, I like reading about interesting topics. So the Supreme Court today ruled that human genes cannot be patented.
Well, thank God.
What do you guys think about
Wait,
that?
like your own personal gene or just the concept?
Just the concept of human genes, like when they extract the, I guess, blood and or how do they get to the DNA?
Well, was someone trying to retroactively assert their,
Somebody was
ownership on this?
Somebody was trying to patent the idea of the human genes, the human genome.
Oh, the human genome itself. Okay.
Yeah, and it got shot down today because various research groups were very widely spoken, saying that if they patented the human gene, how can research groups do research if?
Yeah, how do they patent that? Like they patent the actual act of researching it, basically. Like
Well,
if you ever want to use the human genome in an experiment, it's like you have to pay Dr. Fucktwad, X amount of money.
I hate that guy.
Well, it's probably like
He's a pediatrician.
He's
you
a
know how
bastard.
there are certain diseases on certain genes. I guess
Right.
let's say I don't want to say heterochromia, but let's say what is it, like high blood pressure or diabetes? Diabetes and obesity are good ones. Like imagine they
great.
patent.
Why would you want to patent diabetes? That's a terrible thing.
No,
to patent.
but that's not what I'm saying. That you want to patent diabetes, Drew.
It's a terrible idea.
I'm just saying certain things.
I have the patent for lupus.
Yeah, or
Lucky?
or no, multiple sclerosis is a hereditary thing.
Right.
So it'd be like they would patent your genes.
Is
or
there
your
single
DNA.
sclerosis? Sorry, kind of a non sequitur. I know what multiple sclerosis is, but is there just does everyone have just single sclerosis? But if it keeps multiplying,
Is that
it's an
okay
issue?
to have
I
single
don't know.
sclerosis?
I don't
We
know.
don't have to look it
Let's
up now. It's something that you listeners should look up to be smarter than me. Not smarter,
But
more
it's just like
knowledgeable.
imagine if they patented genes and you had multiple sclerosis or MS.
Would you have to pay someone because you had MS?
Well, no, doctors who are researching MS would have to pay whoever has the genome patented.
So you get the patent for the say disease or whatever,
Or you're allowed to just do research on human DNA in general.
That just sounds like a bad idea.
Well, that's messed up. Isn't science supposed to piggyback on other science?
It's like
and keep-
Gattaca.
Yes, let's go with that.
You ever see Gattaca?
No.
It's about gene therapy and switching your genes, and it has Jude Law and
Oh, sold.
Jude Law
I'm
and what's his face? Ethan Hawke.
Oh wow, two studs.
I love Ethan Hawke to death. But all right, back to the gene talk. Like what would they do if they patented genes?
Levi's would be out of business. Am I right, you guys?
Wing.
That was terrible.
Singer.
No, I mean, so just to clarify, if they patent genes, if I'm some scientist,
View it this way, as simple as we can make it. DNA. They would patent the DNA of a human.
okay, so someone patents.
I don't even get how that's possible.
They
How-
invented it, or I don't get it. Because DNA was discovered ages
We
ago.
all know our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ is the only one with the patent on that.
Robot Jesus.
Robot
Well,
Jesus.
he invented
yeah.
it, but he also decries it because it's science, and that is an abomination.
There
Of
hasn't
course.
there hasn't been
Of course.
there hasn't been a lot of talk about why they were trying to patent it, but more
I think there should be more talk about that.
Yeah, if I understand
Like-
why they're doing it, maybe
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, go for it. But
Well, I think
Not
it
like
was.
I have a
I think
say,
it was
but-
just for certain research groups or I guess research groups to say, oh well, if you want to do experiments on the human genome,
You have to give us money?
you have to pay us in order to get.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Well,
This is in America too, right?
well, does any other research work like that? Like,
No.
well, maybe I don't know.
Well,
I'm not- I don't live in
some
that world.
research does. Some research does work like that, where it's like, oh, we have this surefire way where we're gonna. It's like weight loss stuff. It's like we patented this specific weight loss stuff, and it
But that's not
right,
like
but that's
research,
a little, but that's
though,
a little
right?
different, though, right?
well, you have to do research to do it.
right, but say like, all right, so for weight loss, let's say like, but weight loss, it's usually they have to employ some sort of thing. Like, say it's like I know there's a cholesterol, but for example, like Lipitor. Like you would have to pay Lipitor money to do an experiment involving Lipitor, but this is like saying like I patented hair. Like
Yeah,
it's like
it's
now
like
every
you-
time a barber cuts hair, like
You owe me
Yeah,
10%.
that's
'Cause
that's actually what they were trying to do.
that's fucked up.
Yeah.
What sociopath was doing this?
We should go beat those
don't-
people
They
up.
haven't talked about it yet.
God.
It's just like we find out stuff, and not to harken back to the NSA thing from last week but it was actually an American.
Of course it
who,
was.
I guess it came out.
Oh,
the
we're
past
all
week.
about the patents here.
It was an American who leaked the NSA stuff, and
to England.
what I guess to England, yeah. But he's in Hong Kong right now, so
Formerly British owned. Makes sense.
yeah. But he's saying he's talked to whoever, but he's saying he's staying in Hong Kong as long as he's welcome there.
Okay.
But it's just like more people view him as a hero than a traitor to America. And it's just like you see stuff like, oh, we're gonna try and patent human DNA. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, it's like the people that spill coffee on themselves and then try and sue the company because it didn't say that the coffee was hot. Like,
Yeah,
you're an asshole.
Yeah.
you are an asshole.
Just go
thanks.
home. Just go home and stop trying.
Or like this. What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say.
Hot coffee.
Hot coffee. I love it.
We should patent hot coffee.
Should we make a band called
Yeah.
Hot Coffee?
Well, we should make a band regardless, and it can be called whatever the fuck, but we should patent hot coffee.
Yeah.
Has anyone patented hot coffee?
I don't know.
we should do
You know,
it.
people are getting iced coffee right now. They're going to be distracted. Getting iced coffee every day because it's summer.
Yeah.
Oh
They're
my
going to forget
God.
all about the hot coffee, and they come back and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Bam. We got
Already
the market.
patented by What Up Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's like when
LLC.
We'll corner the market,
God.
John.
Whenever somebody fucking asks me for a coffee in the summertime, I tell them to go fuck themselves.
Really?
Wait, are you serving coffee regularly?
No, it's like
I'm an avid coffee drinker, John. You're gonna have to explain yourself,
No,
or
no,
it
no,
might
it's
get
like-
bloody in
it's
here.
it's like no. Listen, I love coffee probably just as much as you do. I drink it black. I'm a true man.
But that was that. All right, continue.
I'm just saying. It's just like. I'm just saying, it's like when people offer me hot coffee in the summer when I'm at a barbecue or some kind of dinner party, and they're like,
Son, I don't give a fuck. I
Really?
will drink black hot
Degree?
coffee,
even if it's 110
I'll
degrees.
pour it over my face like Triple H with the water
He'll
bottle.
drink it
and
out of a
just the ring.
Filipino he/she hooker's ass. He doesn't care.
That's how much I
He
love.
wants
And then
it.
I know it's
Bad.
Philippine single origin, and I know it's better for me.
Exactly.
Locally harvested and sourced.
Get on that level, John.
Boom.
Can't,
Get on
I
that
can't-
level.
I can't
Boom.
get on that
Let's have
level.
another barbecue, Johnny. You have another barbecue. I'm gonna be
Oh,
drinking
that was
coffee exclusively.
I called
and
Pete.
vodka, but
I-
mostly coffee.
I called Pete
And
the other
vodka.
night. He was talking to me about. He was talking to me about.
Oh, my business ventures. Apparently, after my eighth gin and tonic, I become a capitalist in every sense of the
Remember
word.
that guy on the
but-
commercial with the jacket
you
with
know,
all the
you
question
just-
marks on it?
Oh, Matthew Lesko.
Gotta get government money.
I like how
For
he's being
you.
chased by the IRS or whatever. Like they don't want him to get the secret out.
You just reminded me on.
He's like the
Tues-
Riddler's retarded cousin. The one we
Less
don't talk
successful.
about here in the Riddler family.
When I was talking to you on Tuesday, aside from saying you were a capitalist, you said two things to me. You said you should have more Long Island film shoots because those are awesome. And
Oh,
you
nice.
said you should have a barbecue every weekend.
Wow, I agree with my drunk
Those are
self.
all true statements.
Wait, so I should have a barbecue every weekend?
I would think so.
Well, it's summer. It's barbecue season. You have a
Yeah.
good little
Tis the
space for
season.
it. You got to send your parents up to Maine again.
yeah, kick him out.
I got a new grill.
Now, on the original Midnight Radio show, before we exploded because we couldn't be contained because we're
in
too
the pants.
brilliant. Your mom was an avid listener. Does she listen to What Up Wednesdays, Movie Mondays? Does she have a preference?
Oh, she listens.
Well, I know she listens, but does she have a preference?
She. my mom still really likes Tara. She can't go saying like, "Oh, I'm going to listen to the podcast," and she'll
Unless
go,
Tara's on.
she'll go like,
Oh, she
"No,
have-
no. She still listens. She still listens." But she goes, "Is that girl back on it?"
Mhm.
And be like,
Oh, it's good to have a female incentive.
Yeah.
I said never.
"You're more womanizing than me on a normal day now."
He's a self-proclaimed womanizer.
You know.
I am. It's an issue. It's like a drug.
We were many a year ago. We
Yeah,
were
it was
talking.
like 2 years ago. I remember we were at some terrible bar in Midtown.
I don't even know
Like
where we were.
Flying Puck or something.
Yeah,
Flying
somewhere
puck.
near work. I don't know, but we were discussing moving, and I was like, "Oh, where do you want to look?" I was like, "You can look in Astoria. It's a great area." Blah blah blah. And he's like, "Drew, I don't. It's a quick to get. It's a little bit more of a drive, whatever, or a train ride." And he's like, I need to worry about what gets me to point A to point B the fastest.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? He goes, Drew, I'm a womanizer. I gotta worry about the fastest route to get to the bar, back to my apartment. This is the
That's
way
like
to
Barney
go.
Simpson in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh yeah, did
like-
you say that?
There's an
Oh my
episode.
God, you're Barney.
There's
Except
an
I'm not secretly gay. Regardless of what my dad said.
There's an episode in How I Met Your Mother where he can never close the deal because the cab ride from the bar that they frequent to his apartment is 17 minutes. And so they go through like a bunch of scenarios where it's just like he hits like minute 15, but he always loses the girl through like some kind of like stipulation, like they fall asleep or they throw up or like they flash their tits out of the cab and they get pulled over and picked up by the police.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You're Barney, dude.
I accept.
I accept.
I mean, he like works at a job where no one knows what he does and makes like a lot of money.
Well,
Like,
they
I'd like to get
explain
that
it in the later
facet
season.
down.
Yeah.
He has some like crazy balcony apartment with like a Stormtrooper replica in it.
He has like
What?
a 150-inch TV.
It's a
and
real
cameras at the apartment so he can watch himself boning. I remember that.
Like he says, a quarterback has to watch his game.
So you're pretty avid How I Met Your Mother fan, Johnny.
You know what it is? It's just and
What
you
is
know,
it, John?
This brings me-
AKA girlfriend material.
I know, right?
Single looking,
Lock
ladies.
this
Single
boy
and
into a
looking.
relationship.
Just date me, ladies. I'm sexy.
I don't want to date anyone. Do you want to date anyone? I know Drew does, but like, you date someone, and I'm sure it's lovely and great. But
But no,
I
but
like
you know what?
dating my
That
girlfriend.
brings me to my next point. I know, Pete, you're a bit of a gamer. Drew, you still play N64.
Hey,
I still play N64 on a
Yeah,
regular
and-
basis.
I do too.
and Super Nintendo, John. Let's bring that one up
But
too.
anywho,
I was playing that
Any of
yesterday.
you to play Super Smash Brothers original against me.
Electronic
Dare you.
Electronic Entertainment Expo was this week, E3. It's kind of like Christmas for gamers. So it's like, they go through all the new games.
Electric Arts
EA
isn't like
Sports?
EA?
What?
Isn't like EA. Like,
No. It's called Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Oh, entertainment.
Yes. And they revealed PS4, they revealed Xbox One.
Now, PS4 I've heard is like $300 cheaper than the new Xbox.
Dude, it was like a one. All right, we're gonna get. This is the nerdy portion.
No,
of the
no,
podcast.
yeah, that's why I'm asking.
It
you.
was
You're
like a 1-2 fucking punch. In E3 2006, Sony kind of embarrassed themselves. They came out with the PS3 and they're like, "Oh, $600 and then the Xbox was $499 or $399.
Mhm.
Everyone was like, "Ooh."
Oh, they
And
did
it
that-
had much
they did
better
that to
titles.
Xbox this
and
time, didn't
Microsoft, Microsoft has just been like on a down. It's like
Now you're a PS3 guy, right?
I'm both. I'm just a gamer. I like
Okay,
video
you have
games.
both. Okay.
But Microsoft is like a heroin user who just can't get off the H right now. It was just really awful because at the Sony conference, on Mondays are the big conferences, so they had EA, Ubisoft, Microsoft, and Sony, and Microsoft went first and they're like, "Oh, check out all our games," and they kind of skirted around this DRM issue, which I want to talk about the way we view things in a minute.
If I let you get there.
What?
If I let you get there.
I will get there.
Okay.
The new Xbox One. It's
Why are they calling it
I
Xbox
don't know.
One?
Nobody knows.
Xbox One?
Yeah.
We're starting over, guys.
Wait, so PS4 is just PS4.
Yeah, PS4 is just PS4, but Xbox One, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the NSA stuff.
Xbox One?
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Like Air Force One?
Yeah,
guess.
Xbox One.
Does
I'm
Harrison
just
Ford
trying
fly in
to-
it?
Get off my console. All good franchises because you're too expensive.
No, but I know we love the NSA here. Obama, 9/11.
Pearl Harbor.
But Microsoft requires a 24-hour check-in. So if you buy a game, the game has to check into the server once every 24 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just the way they set up the whole experience.
Check in. What does that mean? Check in.
It'd be like, let's say, all right, you watch Netflix a lot?
Yeah.
You know how if you kind of don't touch anything in Netflix and you let
Turns
episodes roll over into the next, and it'll be like, oh, hey, are you
like
still
the
watching?
fourth one? It's like, yeah.
It's like, are you still watching this show? And it'll be like, continue, replay, or stop.
And it's like, of course I am. I have no life. I'm sitting
Yeah.
on this couch all day. Fuck you, Xbox. You know me better. I played Skyrim on you for 18 hours straight. Idiot.
But yeah, that's what it does. It does an 24-hour check into the servers to validate that you're playing a legitimate copy of the game. And then the other thing is, back to the NSA, Obama 9/11 Pearl Harbor, is it requires the Kinect camera. You know that Kinect camera that
Oh,
they
it
released?
requires it?
The system Kinect has to be plugged into the system.
Does it come with the system?
Yeah, but that's why it's $100 more expensive at $499.
What is Microsoft doing, John? Hold that thought, because after we're gonna get the thrilling conclusion to that question. right after this
What's Up
amazing break. Feel free to refill your iced tea, yell at your boss, or
Take a pee.
masturbate.
Oh yeah, masturbate.
That's good.
do that.
I'm gonna.
But look at some good porn because it's a really short break.
Mom,
Take your
We'll be right
time.
back.
Take your time.
Don't watch me. Bye.
What?
Do you ever feel like you're alone? Do you ever feel like no one really understands you? You're just wondering what keeps you going. Well, I've got a crazy idea. Scroll to the top of our Facebook page and like Midnight Treehouse Productions. Will it help your loneliness? No. But you should do it.
Remember.
John remembers.
I remember
Pepperidge
everything.
Farm remembers. But most importantly,
Oh,
John,
Pepperidge Farm.
Microsoft making all these errors. What are they doing?
Well, Microsoft views it as a way to kind of in this constant online society. I mean, think about it. We all, like, if I could, I'd throw my phone in the fucking ocean. But I can't because I work with you guys and,
Well, if we really wanted to, we could find a way
You have
around it.
Spotify on there. You wouldn't throw it in the ocean.
no, I would.
Premium Spotify, nonetheless.
I know, right? No, but you know what it is? They view it as this, like, ongoing connected society. So they said, well, why don't we just do it? And Sony came out and gave it, like, the one fucking two punch. Because the other thing about...
The Sony is going to be like a true console.
Yeah, because the other thing about Xbox One is they've
Can't
conceptual.
get over that name. Sorry.
I know.
It's retarded.
You know what the fanboys are calling it online? The X-Bone.
X-Bone.
Because X, B for box, one, X-Bone. I'm going to X-Bone your mom tonight.
That's both of those are pretty weak.
I know.
Like their slang in your comment.
Well, internet fanboys aren't all that clever.
You take that back. I have a lot of internet fanboys listening to this right now.
I'm
Isn't
just-
that right, boys?
I'm just saying, a majority of...
Thanks.
That
sir.
wasn't me.
Drew,
That's-
Drew's one of them.
that
He's,
was-
not,
no,
he's,
that
on, he's
was-
on my street team.
That wasn't me.
Oh, yeah, that was just coming from the ethos of the
Yeah,
internet.
that was the internet.
But they're conceptualizing the idea that we're always online and stuff. So,
yeah, but isn't this like a? It just seems like it's too much.
it's a shot in the foot. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's like, you remember how it's like if I had an N64 game, and I could be like, oh hey, I have Banjo-Kazooie. Here, you can borrow it.
Yeah.
They're conceptualizing licensing for Xbox One, so you're not buying the game anymore. You're buying the license to the game.
So I can't play a game that you own on my system.
On Xbox One, yeah. So
That's-
it's like if I own Xbox One and I try to give it to you, it'd be like, no.
See, I hate that. I remember you telling me about this
That's
a few months
ridiculous.
ago. Like that's like the way consoles are moving towards. And I was like, well, that's stupid.
And then Sony came out and they did the whole thing. They started off with, with PS4, you'll be able to keep a used game library.
Well, I suppose it's tit for tat here because the PS3, like when it first came out, like totally blew it. You know what I mean? It was way more
really.
expensive. It's like, but we have Blu-ray, and it's
Yeah.
like, but you don't have any good games. Like, but we have Blu-ray.
Well, that's why it was so expensive. But PS4, they came out, they were like, they've done some really creative stuff and really creative marketing. And at E3, they were like, with PS4, you can do whatever you want with your games. They said, you can keep it forever. You can sell them. You can trade them in. You can buy used games, and you can give them to friends. And then the media just went fucking nuts. And then they announced the price. It was like watching a boxing match between nerds.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, and PS4 will launch this holiday season at $3.99.
Now, are there still people like really holding on, be like, no, Xbox is the best. This is gonna like still rule.
No.
Really?
It's kind of
The
just...
rug has been totally pulled out from
It's
under
just
them.
been like... And, one of the guys from Microsoft, Don Matrick, he goes... you know, this is a weird question. It's like if you called any company, he goes, you know, he got a tweet from some guy who's on a nuclear submarine. He goes,
Allegedly, right? I mean, we don't have proof.
that was,
I preface every personal email I send like, this is from a nuclear submarine instead of
Just so you
deer.
know.
well, I guess maybe he's in the Navy and he's on a nuclear submarine and he has his quarters. He goes, well, you know, how do I connect online all the time if I'm in a nuclear submarine? Tom Matra goes, he basically goes, deal with it. It's like, there's a console for you and it's called the Xbox 360.
That's
What?
messed up,
That was
man.
the response?
Yeah.
Dude, I played so much Xbox on a houseboat in Kentucky, and I can't even tell you. Like, I would be screwed in those days if I didn't have like a. Like, what is he saying? Unless they're gonna make all the older games like somehow like on a CD also available for the Xbox 360.
Nope.
So
No backwards
screw them. What are
compatibility.
So
they
you can't
thinking?
play your 360 games on the new Xbox?
No.
It's
They're
almost
a
like the
bunch of
slogan should be
idiots.
like it's like the future is here, so deal with it. Like it's like
That's kind of what it's like. Well, you know what they see? I think they saw the model of the smartphone and they're like, well, people are always online, so they'll be able to handle it. But it's just like, you know,
are you kidding me?
Apple
Your
is
router
beating
goes
you.
out, and then it's like I can't play a video game.
yeah.
Like, what if my FiOS goes out? You know what I mean?
You have 24 hours before the next check-in. It's like a nuclear bomb.
That's a terrible idea.
It's like Mr.
Well,
Fl-
I'm actually glad that there's no one really kicking around saying like, "Well, this is still a cool idea."
No,
I'm
the
glad-
internet was just up in arms about the price, about the DRM and stuff. And that leads me to the next question. You know, the next point I wanted to bring up is like the way we consume things. It's just like, do you really want to be, you know, do you want to have to check in every 24 hours to watch Netflix? Because I mean, I think TV is dying in this world. Is somebody here?
What?
Are you looking out the window? I don't.
I thought I heard something. That's fine.
Is it the ghosts?
It's the ghosts. The ghosts of Microsoft past.
But anywho, it's just like the way we consume stuff. It's just like, you know, do you want to have to check in every 24 hours to make sure you can watch Netflix?
How does the check-in process actually work?
Your console, it's kind of like an in and out. So your console will send out
Data.
and it'll check in with the server. So it'll send like a code and it'll be like, hey, I'm here to check in. It's kind of like a nuclear bomb. It's like, you know, in those movies where it's
That's
like the
great.
president has to give the voice and the hand recognition every 10 hours or the bomb will go off.
Right.
It's kind of like that. So every 24 hours, your console will send out a code and it'll check into the Microsoft servers and it'll be like, hey, I'm here, I'm online, I'm working.
I'm here. I'm queer. I'm on Xbox Live.
Get used to it.
So it'll be like, hey, I'm here. And then the Microsoft server will send back to your console saying, all right, you checked in, you can keep on going for the next 24 hours.
That's ridiculous.
Why? Like, it's just like I get what they're going for, but it's like you can't implement this now, unless like
It's like 1984.
it is. It's bizarre, and the fact that they see if I were Microsoft, I would have that be the feature if I really wanted to move that way, but I would like soft pedal it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be like, this is like what we're doing. I would just be like, these are all these excellent franchises. People would buy the games. And well, actually, a good question. Has there been any backlash from game producers being like, we don't want to be associated with the system? Because Microsoft historically has the better franchises. You know, 360's been and PS3 have been out long enough now.
I think they've been neck and neck.
It's
over
been
the
normal.
past year or so.
It's normalized finally.
yeah.
But who knows though? We're revamping here. Do you think this is going to be a larger backlash now? Like,
It has
do
to.
you think?
well, you know what?
Like,
it is?
obviously, Bungie and them go hand in hand.
If
so
the nerds are
Well,
pissed,
no,
then they're
Bungie.
fucked.
Well, Bungie signed a. Excuse me, Red Star.
Seriously.
Bungie signed
of
a
the cast.
deal. Bungie signed a deal with Call of Duty developer Activision.
oh shit!
So-
I kind of hate Activision.
Well, the cool thing is
Terrible wrestling games.
yeah.
Wait,
That was THQ.
THQ. I was
No,
actually gonna
THQ
ask
made good. I like their
yeah,
games.
yeah. Actually, when you
Activision?
were talking about video game companies, they're like the big three or whatever you were talking about. You were saying
Microsoft-
EA, and then I was
Microsoft,
about to be like, whatever happened to THQ?
They actually dissolved back in April, and they sold all their IPs.
Why?
They went bankrupt.
They made great wrestling games.
You can't
Yeah.
live on wrestling games
WrestleMania
forever.
2000? Are you kidding me? Best
No
great character-
Mercy.
Oh my god.
WCW NWO Revenge.
No Mercy had a different colored like thing. They both did. WrestleMania had a black cartridge.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
do
amazing.
not
Yeah, they both are
remember
black
that.
cartridges.
I remember
Sorry.
playing
Once you go black.
WCW versus
NWO
NWO.
Revenge. Those
Oh.
were those.
I
were
was
great
I was
games.
Johnny Piranha.
That's it. As you are tonight.
I made a character.
We actually forgot our nicknames. Who are we tonight?
I'm Johnny Piranha.
Okay, that makes sense. You didn't have to work for that one, but
No.
that's okay. You got
Dingleberry Drew.
Dingleberry Drew. I like
Yeah.
that.
Keep
You
it
don't
classy.
smell like a dingleberry.
No, I showered today. That's why.
I'm gonna be Prune Juice Pete.
That's
To go along with Dingleberry Drew.
Exactly, because you drink the Prune Juice Pete, and then you're stuck with Dingleberry Drew.
You're welcome, ladies.
But yeah, even you talked about EA a little bit earlier. EA came out today and they just threw Microsoft under the bus.
Nice.
They were just
Good,
like,
because this is fucked up. Like if I were Microsoft, I'd be like, okay, we have to go back to the drawing board. Like,
Just
let's
kidding, guys.
it's not too late, but imagine like those hundreds of millions of dollars of R&D on this console. Just
Like at this
wasted.
rate, like the Xbox, like better like do my taxes for me and like also double as a blowjob robot. That's fucked
Well,
up.
here's the cool
That would be
thing, because
fantastic.
remember how I told you Kinect had to
wait
be
for it.
Kinect had to be plugged in all the time for the console to work.
Microsoft's owned by the NSA. We'll get our views will be done. But yes, Kinect has to be there.
Kinect has to be there. Well, guess who pulls data from the Microsoft servers?
NSA.
So what do you
Surely.
what do you think they're going to do with Kinect while you're jerking off to your favorite porno, your favorite perner?
Do you watch porn via Xbox though?
But wait a second. No,
He's
just
talking about the blowjob attachment.
but it could
Oh,
no, but it could be like remote control. Think about it. They could turn. It's like when mobsters go on the run and it's like I want to turn off my phone and then like Apple remotely turns on their phone.
Right.
So just imagine they could remotely turn
No,
on.
I was
your
watching
phone.
some like terrible spy show on Fox once, and like this like secret agent slash like rogue secret agent chick like
Was
she,
it
like,
Burn Notice?
Maybe it was some crap.
It's on USA.
It was on while I was like doing something else, hating myself, and like the lady had like an iPhone and was texting her contact. I was like, bullshit. That thing like pinpoints where you are like every second of the day. It's like you have like a burner $4 Boost Mobile. Are you kidding me?
We
Apparently
should.
now though, I guess it doesn't matter.
Hey, we should all buy Burner Boost Mobile.
I have one.
You do?
Yes.
Really?
Oh, I always have a burner phone.
Nice. Any tips?
Pete Butino
I do.
on the run.
Well, in case my smartphone ever breaks down, it's good to just have something that I know people can call if they need to get in contact with me. Or
It's
for-
not live though. Like, it's not working.
I
right?
can activate it when I want and put more minutes on it.
Oh, it's
Take the
okay,
battery
that's
out
what
and
you're
throw it into the desert.
Into the East River, man. I'm New York as hell.
burner-
You know,
phone
that happened to
is-
me once. You know, I left my phone on the Upper West Side. Oh, no, Lower West Side while I was at a party in a Santa costume.
Lower West Side. There's no such thing, John.
Upper West Side, wherever.
Greenwich
I was on the
Village,
west.
meatpacking.
I was on the west side. I was
Chelsea.
on the west side partying. I was in a cape, and I was supposed to go to a lingerie party for some girl's birthday when I was in film school.
But you didn't.
No, I did.
Oh, good.
I was in the Santa
You're
Frill
supposed to and you did.
boxers that my balls were kind of hanging out of, and they put me in a cape, and I wore a white T-shirt and
Who's
a bandana.
they?
My roommates at the time.
Okay.
And we walked around. I guess we went to the west side, and we went to this bar. It was really bizarre. As we walked into the bar, because they were all in togas, and I was in this cape and this Santa boxers and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
We walked into a bar, and all the bartenders were dressed up as pixies. It was kind of hot.
Well, were they guys or girls?
They were girls.
Oh,
They
okay,
were hot
okay,
girls.
Yeah, yeah, great.
They weren't hot guys.
I like hot male pixies. I'm talking about the
No
band
comment.
The Pixies. They were all men, except for that one chick singer on every few albums.
The bassist. What was she? The bassist?
No, she was just a vocalist on certain
Uh-huh.
tracks. Hey, Bossa Nova was a great album. We'll be right back.
Bossa Nova.
This is What Up Wednesday, Midnight Radio Show. Hey, do you hate terrorism? There's a good way to fight it. Go to the top of this page that you're playing this off of and like Midnight Treehouse Productions on Facebook. It will help us out, but more importantly, it will help America out. Don't ask questions, just do it, citizens. This is the Midnight Radio Show.
Hello.
Dads aren't important.
Hello.
You made that clear this past Sunday, everyone.
This is John.
You could have been better to your father.
This is John. Hello.
Hey, John.
Hey, Pete.
Dad.
Fuck you, Dad. That is the best thing to scream when you're throwing a rock into water aggressively.
I'm gonna get creative here. I'm gonna hold the mic. How y'all doing?
Oh, wow.
Drew,
yeah,
how you
stand
doing?
up. This is how I
Doing all right.
That's how I do my other podcast. That's what we do.
Oh, you guys aren't
We
professional.
don't have
enough
mic
that you
stands.
don't have
No,
mic
we're
stands.
professional in every other sense of the word.
See,
Except
now-
for
now I'm
getting
feeling
paid.
really- it's- Whoever gets, we're gonna make some of that sweet podcast money one day.
That's sweet.
So to
internet money.
sum up this What's Up Wednesdays, we talk video games and we don't get laid. Anywho,
speak for yourself.
what was?
We listen to you talk about video games, and
Yeah.
then Drew and I respectively go off and get laid.
And jeans. Jeans and video
Hey,
games.
I'm trying to bring it to
I
a
probably
smart
won't
place.
get laid. I just like to pretend that I do.
Listen, I'm gonna go
Get them
home.
home as fast
I'm
as
gonna have
possible.
a nice glass of Pinot, and I'm gonna slip myself the finger.
Oh, self-referential. I like it.
Yeah, right. Totally.
Little did you know, John was playing himself in that. And I was playing the part of Dwight P. Huckleberry, a part I did a lot of research for. I went to his hometown, really got in there. Not in there the way John did in the
Pete-
sketch, obviously. But
Pete, I want you to finally write that Teddy Roosevelt sketch.
it's gonna be my tour de force. You understand that, right? Like it's my opus.
It's gonna be the
Call him Mr. Holland, Mr. Holland,
it's-
because he's making an opus.
it's gonna be the Oscar worthy one. Like that's the one where you and I are gonna be on stage, and it's gonna be like
Crying.
That'll be like the clip.
We met at a church, and he wrote.
Oh, you guys like Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
I call Damon.
Well, you know what? That's another thing. My mom. I have a friend
You
named.
look like Affleck.
I have a friend. I have a friend named Sketch, and Sketch and I are very good friends. We played football together, but
Football Johnny.
he comes over a lot, and we hang out, we drink beers, or we play video games or whatever. My mom would always compare us to Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, and guess who Matt Damon was?
Not you.
Not me. Even my
It was
mom called me Ben
It was
Affleck.
old sketch. You're not as butt faced as he is.
But
though.
you know what, Ben
You're
Affleck
still
is.
slightly butt faced, for the record.
But yeah, Ben Affleck is pretty popular now. I mean, he has The Town. He wrote Argo,
Argo.
and
I still never saw the town.
I never saw that
Oh.
movie either.
I'm not Boston strong enough.
It's
Neither am I.
badass.
Is it? I heard
Badass
such
movie.
mixed things about it.
Badass movie.
I can't watch it with that like kind of like
Is there like an epilogue where they dig up like the
No, well, he's essentially he's playing a badass version of himself. He's playing a guy from Beantown who's just like
Yeah, but like Ben Affleck's from like Brighton or something.
and he went to Harvard.
Did he really go to Harvard?
That's where he met Matt Damon.
Oh, wow.
I think so. Wait, hold on. I've messed that up
But they're
before.
like from like the outer like
But
suburbs.
but
they're
they
not from
know-
like Southie or
Well,
something.
but they know that stuff though. Like
I
I'm
guess.
sure they've been around.
But I feel like
it.
they pretend to be that really hard.
Yeah, probably.
But
Or
so does every resident of Massachusetts, though. I meet people who say they're from Boston, and it's like, where from? They're like, Westminster. I'm like, okay, so I live closer to Boston than you do.
yeah.
You
Fucking
liar.
hardcore.
See, I don't know where he met Matt Damon. I always think that they met at Harvard.
Seriously, that's like me being like, where'd you go to high school? It's just like, oh, New York City. It's like, where in? It's like Connecticut.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's seriously the same thing.
No, but we're so close.
They should just rename that whole state Boston.
Yeah.
Because that's where everyone says they're from.
Yeah.
Really. It would save us all a lot of
I
time.
don't know. Nothing for nothing. You know, Boston kind of. I'm gonna get someone fucked. Boston kind of sucks.
No.
In what sense?
I just like.
As someone who's spent a lot of time there, I have very mixed feelings and a lot of.
Oh, well, listen, I'm going from a tourist kind of view. Like I've been to the city and I've been out drinking. I just I didn't find the city fun the time I spent there.
Okay, let me lay Boston on the line
And
for you.
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
No. And I'm not going to defend it. I'm kind of siding with you. For someone who's spent a lot of time there, here's the overall thing you need to know about Boston. If you know the right people there, you'll have some great times there. It's a nice northeastern city for the most part. New England-y, great. Here's what it is on paper, though. The worst transit system in the fucking country.
It's true. It does suck.
The roads are just cow paths they decided to pave over for no reason. So you get lost no matter where you go. Traffic is terrible. It's racist as hell.
Yeah, it is.
There's no cross gentrification, and and it's loaded with drunk college students. So there you go. That's Boston in a nutshell.
I saw a picture. It was like it had the New York City like grid system streets,
Oh yeah.
and then next to it,
it's like because we want to get you where you're going as fast as
Yeah.
you go. It's like Boston
because fuck you. It was all like one.
I mean, it's an interesting city. It has a lot of history to it. Like literally, the reason that it's like that, it's the only city we have. This what's weird. Like if you go to a European city, all the streets are weird and twisty and crazy because it grew out of cultural reasons.
Oh, I can tell you
Boston's-
that. Yeah.
yeah,
I was
Boston-
in Europe.
Boston's like the only city that we have in our country where it grew out of cultural reasons. It was a port, but not a major one.
Yeah.
We had two more major ports.
The revolution sprung from there.
Yeah, like it's cool to think about, and but they had they had like fires there. They had like many chances to redo it, but they're like, no, well, it's like people were all like these like cattle paths.
I don't find the floozies very attractive. European floozies?
Oh, Boston Floozies? You're saying in
Yeah.
particular?
Yeah.
You just said like the Floozies.
The
Like I was like, is
Floozies.
this a punk band I don't know about?
no, just
I want to have sex with those dudes in those white T-shirts.
No, but the women in Boston I didn't find particularly attractive. You want to go to a country with good-looking women, you go to Germany.
Good floozies over there, John.
Germany was just all the women looked like they were out of The Sound of
But
Music.
Germany has that culture of like no, there's no polite laughter unless they actually like think what you said was funny. It's just silence. I can't live like that.
No, I think you know what. I
But I
think,
could have sex like that. I take it back.
no, I think there were some. You know what it is? There were some really nice people in Germany. We were in a town called Heidelberg, home to a castle.
Duh. It's Russia. Sorry.
Yeah. And it was really gorgeous, and my friends eventually abandoned me, and they left me there with all my broken toes.
Excuse me?
All right, what happened was we took a day trip. We were based in Frankfurt, so we took a train an hour south to this, kind of like if you were going from Long Island to Manhattan.
Okay.
But we went to Heidelberg. So eventually, half of the group left because they wanted a beer stein, and I was like, "That's cool, that's cool." They're like, "We'll meet you here." So I turned the corner, and they're gone, and I was like, "Uh-oh." And at this point, never wear Converse to Europe. I walked around for 10 days in Converse, and I broke
Ew.
all my toes.
Yeah, but why would you go like walking around a country in Converses?
Because I thought
It's
it
a
was
terrible idea.
Thought it was hip and cool.
Gotta look cool walking around the country.
Gotta look good for all the.
all those floozies.
Yeah.
Did it work? Did you meet some floozies because of the Converse?
Oh, you met some floozies, but
You did? You met some floozies?
Well-
no.
this is the thing.
No,
John,
no.
John met some floozies from different places, and then didn't they follow you back or something to the hospital?
Floozies or prostitutes? Let's just clarify.
no floozy?
All right, this is
Not a
Europe.
prostitute.
This
I
is
did
Europe.
not-
That's
I
all
did
I'm
not-
We can talk about this, right?
I did not pay for sex, and you know what? I was
Not on that instance. but-
no. You know what it was? I was in Amsterdam. All right, I have a question. I know we have to wrap up, but and I hate to keep it going.
You have to wrap it up when you're an answer. That's for sure.
Well, anywho, Drew, if you were
Yes.
single and in Amsterdam,
Yes.
would you have sex with a prostitute?
No.
Pete?
Fuck yeah. In a second.
But this wasn't a prostitute.
That'd be my
though.
first
It was a-
stop.
No, I'm
at
not
the
talking
airport.
about prostitute. I'm just asking about
Oh.
if you would have sex with a prostitute in Amsterdam.
I don't know.
It's been around. It's like one of those things.
Well, you know that
it's really dirty. Okay, like torture and prostitution are really like filthy.
Torture?
Yeah, no, bear with me.
Wait to finish.
All right, let me fucking finish, Maramis. Torture and prostitution are two things that most people obviously frown upon, and it's ugly and it's bad. However, show me two other things that have been around that fucking long throughout all of human society
It's timeless.
and like don't work.
Well-
you know what I mean? There's a reason they're still there.
Well, at least in Amsterdam
I don't
or
support either.
Holland, the prostitutes they have to get checked once a month for STDs.
I'd still be too nervous though.
Why?
Nervous?
Yeah, like I don't want to like go to fucking Holland on vacation and come back with a fucking clap or something. Like it's not.
You can ask them. to
Oh,
show you their
nervousness.
Their papers.
Their papers saying that they're clean. They get checked once a month by the government. It's a government.
Also, you can do it. You can ask them for their papers in a German accent. They can pretend they're Jewish, and it's like a big fetish thing there. It's really good. Check it out, guys.
Oh my god.
a
Yeah, but yeah,
papers.
they wouldn't let me. Your girlfriend wouldn't let me have sex with a prostitute.
Well, she's just looking out for
Wait,
you,
she was
John.
there with you in Amsterdam?
Yeah.
A whole bunch of them. Their whole like group of
The
friends.
whole
went.
group of
You guys are fucking weird, man.
Wait, why are we here?
I don't know, just like having friends and stuff. That's
Going to foreign countries and.
Oh,
No, I just,
Not
I just
fucking
went with I
hookers.
went with a group of people.
Does your mom listen to this?
Yeah, she does.
Oh wow, you're fucked now.
Doesn't matter.
It's all right.
But anywho,
Sorry,
Amsterdam's a blast. We should all go to Amsterdam one day.
I'd be down
Done.
for that.
Let's go right now, you guys.
I have a $3,000 credit limit. You wouldn't believe. Let's go get on an airplane to Amsterdam right now.
So do I, but I used up 2,000.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna go right now anyway.
This What Up Wednesday. What Up Wednesday, bitches.